crows, why, they've been befouling the winter skies and sidewalks of downtown Cedar Rapids for as long as there has been a downtown. But back in the 20th century, city veterinarian Russell Anthony, or Doc Anthony, as he was known, concocted a new crow deterrent from the park's trees by placing dead crows nailed to a board up in the trees to serve as a warning to the living crows that they were unwelcome. This most gruesome display proved to be effective.
My dearest Martha, having removed my sleeve garter, spectacles, and green visor, I grabbed my lunch bag and journeyed to Green Square Park to have a respite from doing the books at Armstrong's department store. I removed my sandwich and lifted the top slice of bread to inspect the bologna and the cheese, when most unexpectedly, a yellow and white condiment hit the bologna. At first, I thought it was a perfect mixture of mustard and mayonnaise sent directly from God, as I have so often prayed. As I looked up to give thanks to the heavens, I did indeed, through a bright and painful light, see the figure of a man amongst a murder of crows. Martha, I know you're not going to believe this, but I believe I saw Jesus in that tree. And he was nailing 2 dead crows attached to a board up in that tree, and just then I was hit with another dollop, and I realized to my panic that was no condiment on my sandwich. I further realized that Jesus remains yet to return, and that our city's veterinarian had suspended his Hippocratic oath, if veterinarians are bound by it, and was sending a most personal message to the birds of our community. While it didn't immediately work on the crows, it did chase all the people out of the park. I may never return except nightly in my fevered dreams. Till I see you next, I remain John William Hardy, Armstrong's Men's Department.
My dearest John, I was most disturbed by your lunchtime nightmare. I myself have been plagued by nuisance birds. I've had a devil of a time trying to read your letter here in Brown Rectangular Park. I had no sooner laid down a handsome quilt, set out my Longaberger basket, and uncorked a nice bottle of Chateau Margaux to let it breathe, and began to read. John, I had just gotten to the part where you were describing the inspection of your bologna when a goose violently grabbed the letter out of my delicately gloved hand. He just grabbed it with his terrible beak. Or is it a bill? Perhaps it's a rostrum. At any rate, it was awful. And when I chased after him, he left droppings as we ran to dissuade my follow, like the James Bond Martin Aston dropping tacks or oil. Only make no mistake, this goose was dropping poo. The hem of my dress will forever smell most foul. Oh, John, I'm sorry to put more worry on your narrow shoulders as you're dealing with crow shock. Until we can have a little outdoor time together without feeling as though we've been cast in an M. Night Shyamalama movie, I remain Martha Bellamy Killian.
Well, sadly, we've lost Doc Anthony recently. And we've lost Green Square Park to a $1.9 million makeover. It's just Green Square now. It's got a beautiful, big, squiggly, unrolled, slinky-looking piece of art. Water shoots out of the ground. Lights on a string, like in big cities. Tables with umbrellas and trees. The crows haven't noticed or don't care about the changes. All they see are the trees. They're back, and so too are the dead crows. nailed to a board, up in a tree, right there next to the art, and the fountain, and the string of pretty lights. Sort of sticks in your craw, crawl, crawl.